Hi there, I'm Debasish Roy and you are watching CEO Capsule. Today we're going to talk about how to build common ground in a company and how it is essential. Building common ground is very essential for a mission critical project in a company where a CEO or a vice president or a project manager has been tasked with meeting the requirements of a project with a common goal where he or she is trying to turn around a project or a company or an organization. And there have been, the goals are not fixed, they're a little fluid, they're ambiguous. But however, a general objective is clear in everybody's mind. That is when building common ground is vital. It is essential, not only for efficiency, not only for profits, but also for survival, to take off. So there are certain areas where building common ground is not vital like that, but it is still important. One example of that would be, let's say, an automobile factory, building an automobile factory where the templates are very commonly used. Templates are decided, the technology is clear, the demand is clear, you know what the customer wants, in what timeline, and following the Toyota production system, the lean management system, you more or less have templates and benchmarks of efficiency. So you can go ahead, implement TQM. So you do not need so much common ground for survival in that case, but you need common ground only for execution. But I am talking about such situations where building common ground is vital and essential for survival and extreme efficiency. That is when building common ground becomes absolutely essential. What we can do is, we can also look at some examples, some stories you might have gone through, read about. One important story in that case is how common ground was built in the case of Apple's toilets in the Apple building. Now, we heard of Steve Jobs, the genius marketing person, and how he built up teams, how he executed the whole company. Now, Apple was building new products. There were no templates available. There were no fixed categories where they were operating. Steve Jobs was famous in saying that I know what the customer wants. The customer does not know what he or she wants. So Apple was building a new kind of product. So therefore, it was essential to build common ground. So one of the things that Steve Jobs ensured was that to build the toilets in the center of the building. So that way what happened was all participants from every department used to come together. They used to talk to each other, interact, and as they interacted, they developed common goals, and then they pursued those common goals to meet that common objective. And they also got clarity in that process. So what you also have to do is revisit this kind of an exercise. The communication is very important in building common ground. Communication can be verbal, it can be meetings in the conference room, it can be emails, it can be video calls, but you have to keep on revisiting and building more common ground as and when you meet new milestones. After meeting every new milestone, progressing after every new milestone, you have to build more common ground. You have to sit together again and build common ground. I would give you one example that I did a simple solution to find solutions to problems. Was that I'm heading the turnaround of a natural fibers industry, where I kept 8 enticing flavors of candy at the far end of my desk. So team members were encouraged to come over and then talk about their problems, interact with me, and they sort of found it interesting to walk over to the far end and then take some candy and start talking. And this ensured longer conversations, a better atmosphere. They were also encouraged to call more people, have them interact. and then more solutions were found. So it's a very simple solution. You can build your own solution to build common ground, but building common ground is essential. And you have to write down every step that you decided upon, every common ground that you developed. All the employees, when they come on the same page, you have to write down every step so that you can ensure that they are measurable goals. Every time you reach a measurable goal, you strike that off. And every team member strikes it off when they wrote it down. Again, a simple solution, but brilliant results. There are a few other stories that you might have come across, which I don't agree with. One of them is where the Google Mountain View, California building, where employees were forced to take an elevator and then get out in the cafeteria. And then after getting out in the cafeteria, they were encouraged to take other elevators to their own floors. Now that is a very, that's a big hindrance to the employee. Journey in an elevator takes a few seconds. You're forcing the employee to take, break down that journey a few seconds and then take another elevator. So the employee is not in a mental condition to, stop and chat with other people to build common ground. You are more sort of providing a hurdle to the employee and not a solution. So this is something I don't agree with. There is another example. Let's say you talk about this company. You have also must have read about it. This company where they ensured that all the desks were in proximity so that they can interact with each other. That is something I don't agree with. Employees need their working space, their living space and working space. So that again, if you put them in pigeon coop like holes and then make them work like line workers, no creative output is going to come out. So I don't agree with that either. So you can build your own solution. You can think and build your own solution, but it is essential and vital for survival to build common ground in these mission critical projects. So that's all for today. You can, if you want me to come and take a look at your company's problems and solve them, you can get in touch with me through a message. I'm Debasish Roy and you're watching CEO Capsule.